been waiting too long. Church guys like sports too. Before I can sing my song. Ain't that right, D-Right? New York got the bright lights. Big city of dreams and the nightlife. It's the concrete jungle, now we know it. Aspire cool to spring New York Knicks. 1973 was the last year. We brought a championship ring here. Lift your hands, Knicks fans. You now have a right to go buck in the stand.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Church Guys Like Sports. Listen, I want y'all to tune on in.
Some doubters, some laughed at us. Some went to Brooklyn, some went to Dallas. Shout out to the true Knicks fans who stayed the course. Hope for a win even though we still lost. Shout out to Coach Tibbs and KP.
Let's go, y'all. Let's tune in.
But the man from Kentucky got Julius playing like a North Star. Yep, he the truth and ain't no stopping no time. IQ, gonna have to go and go crazy.
Let's go, let's go.
Kid never cease to amaze me. K-Knox, he work around the clock. Keep going, little bro, you gon' get your shot. Gotta make you know well at the 5.
We got some sports to talk. Eric Morgan, Samara, Corbin, Mike Miller, my friend, getting ready to retire.
Leon Rose and West getting busy.
It's been a minute, but we back, y'all.
New York City, Bullock and Burke, to be continue. Get it meant to be. Keep throwing up the threes. Hey, Rick James, a super freak with the J. Real name Ro, but we gon' stick to RJ. I know you didn't think that I forgot to mention. My boy go hard off the bench. T-Benz.
Oh yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Church Guys Like Sports. Listen, I need all the sports fans. I'm a little lopsided. I need all the sports fans. I need y'all to push that share button. We are back. I've been out of commission for a little while. Been working on some things. Got the new ministry. Got the renovations and stuff. But we back for Church Guys Like Sports. We are back. We here. We are here. And listen, I need y'all to tell somebody. I need y'all to tag somebody. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of sports to talk about. My Knicks are killing it right now. Oh, yes, we are. My Knicks doing good. I don't care what nobody say. And yes, Quentin Grimes is balling. That rookie we got. I'm going to talk about this a little bit, too. I think I need to talk about this a little bit.
Marcus saw his star in the East, and we have come.
We're going to talk about this.
Listen. Stop. Now, Marcus.
We're going to talk about that a little later. We you know, I got to get into that. I got to get into that. But first thing I want to say, I want to give a shout out to all. I want to show the Cowboy fans some love. I want to show the Dallas Cowboy fans some love because we get on the Cowboys a lot. We talk about the Cowboys a whole lot. We dog them out when they losing. Even when they winning, we say, oh, they're an accident waiting to happen. But what I saw yesterday, and a lot of folks, you know, I ain't going to call them the Cowgirls today because they played like men yesterday. They say, oh, Washington is an easy team to beat. Be careful because Washington been doing some good work this year. Washington right there, you know, top of the NFC East. I tell you this, Washington better than the Giants. And the Cowboys beat them so bad. And this is what that whole thing was about. What you just heard, what this was really about. This fella Marcus is a Washington Redskins fan. And that pastor that he was beating on, that youth pastor, was a Cowboy fan. And this is what you heard.
In the East. And we have come Listen. Stop. Now, Marcus.
I thought they were fighting over a woman.
Saw his star in the East.
But that man, the pastor, said something about the NFC East, and all of a sudden, Marcus, who is the Washington Redskins fan,
stop,
jumped on that dude,
now,
the Cowboy fan. That's what this was. That pastor said NFC East, and that Marcus something said bing bong
in the East, and we have
boom,
come
bang, bow, boom, bang, bang, boom, bang, bang, right in the church. That's what that whole thing was about.
Listen,
that wasn't about no woman. That wasn't about no title.
Now, Marcus.
That was about the NFC East.
Marcus. Saw his star in the East.
NFC
and
East.
We have come.
You heard him. So I want to salute the Cowboy fans because y'all been getting beat on and talked about all year long. And the way y'all beat up on the Redskins, I'm sorry, not the Redskins, Washington football team. The way y'all beat up on them was unfair. And now we know, because everybody trying to get the backstory, the pastor up there talking about what it was and, you know, all of this stuff. It had nothing to do with, no. This was about the NFC East. The pastor said the NFC East, and all of a sudden you hear him talk about Marcus. Stop. All of a sudden.
Marcus saw his star in the East.
East.
And we have come.
The Dallas Star is going to win the East. And next thing you know, Marcus. Stop.
Listen. Stop. Now, Marcus.
Woo.
Marcus.
Now, let me tell you.
His star in the East.
Let me tell you. I'm going to let that play in the background. I got a lot of folks saying, and I'm going to get to some more sports. I got to talk about LeBron James.
Listen.
But a lot of folks saying, you know, because Marcus was the young man that started swinging, and he started swinging on this youth pastor, assistant pastor named Chris Sanders. I believe that's his name. And they said, oh, the boy Marcus got mental problems and things. He's in rehab for some things and substance abuse and some things. So that Pastor Chris should not have responded. Let me tell you something. I don't care what kind of title I got. If I'm in church, if I'm in court, if I'm on the rooftop, if I'm at my mama house, and I'm at my grandmama house with the plastic couches, if somebody come and they start swinging on me, it's an automatic reflex. They getting swung on back. I don't care what kind of, they got mental issues. And no. Listen, we have reflexes. Don't matter what kind of your title is. We have natural reflexes. And sometimes people come to church with bad intentions. Listen. He said he didn't know what he was doing. Okay, you don't know what you're doing, then punch the wall. There's 4 walls for you to go swing on. There's 4 walls for you to punch. Because some folks, they get mad, they go punching walls. But you singled that man out, and you looked at him eyeball to eyeball and said, bang, boom. And you don't expect the man to do something? Are you kidding me? Not in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know where this was. Somebody gonna tell me. But not in Brooklyn, New York. We had some folks try some foolishness. I'm gonna tell you something Reverend Timothy Wright did. Yeah, my father, the late godfather of gospel music, they call him the Right Reverend, and all of that, Jesus, who's on the Lord's side, Jesus will, and all that stuff. Yes, I'm a believer, all that. But one time, I was there at the church, I was a teenager, and a man came in there, it wasn't in service. He's done some things in service that will blow your mind too. But this wasn't the service. We were just around the church doing some work, and some man came in there. I ain't gonna call his name because somebody would know him, but he came walking in there and put his finger all in my father's face. Little fella too. Little guy. Put his finger. He was mad about something. Whatever he was accusing my father of, he was wrong and it wasn't true. And he got all in my father's face. My father said, "You got one more time to put your hand in my face." He said, "What you gonna do, Tim?" And then he did it. My father picked him up. And yeah, I'm gonna say it. He picked him up. We were laying the floor at the church. You remember, Sister Darcia, remember, he picked him up and threw him about 6 or 7 pews length. Now get out of here. He picked him up in the air and threw him. Listen to me. You don't hear me. Picked him up. Go. And he had the Holy Ghost. He loved God. He's saved and sanctified, been born again. He wrote a song about it. But you, as a grown man, you ain't going to let nobody just put your hands all over you and be all in your face. He picked that man up and threw him down the road. Yes, he did. Hello. And couldn't nobody stop my father. He was 6'3" at that time, 325 pounds. You were dumb for going in there with your little 5'5" self, pointing your finger in that man's face. Picked him up and threw him. So I'm saying all that, and I'm going to put it tied into sports now, because after the Redskins got beat, the Washington football team were getting beat like that by the Cowboys. If you looked on the Redskins, on the Washington bench, they had 2 players who began to fight each other on the sideline. 2 defensive players started swinging on each other. Yeah, we kept on laying them floors. We kept on and humming the song, humming and laying the floors. We kept on going, and those 2 players got into a fight on the Washington football team sideline. See, when you getting beat, a sore loser, when they getting beat like that, they can't take it. And they start turning on each other. And I am telling you, the Dallas Cowboys beat Washington so bad, Washington started fighting each other. They beat them so bad, the fans started. The Washington fans now want to fight. So I want to salute the Cowboys. Yay, yay, yay for the Cowboys. I still don't think you're winning the Super Bowl, so don't get hyped up. Jasper Willis and Ricky Richardson down there in Virginia and Jesse Moore out there in Atlanta. Don't get all hyped up. You're still not going to win the Super Bowl, Jesse. You're going to go to the playoff, but you're not going to win the Super Bowl. And again, I got a lot of Eagle fans. We have a chance. Oh, come on. Y'all ain't got no chance, because in the playoffs, you got to play some real you got to play Tampa Bay. You got to play Arizona. You got to play some real teams. Dak Prescott is balling right now, but when it come down to playing Tampa Bay, when it come down to playing Arizona Cardinals, let's see what Dak Prescott do then. When it come down to playing Green Bay Packers, let's see what Dak Prescott do then. And I'm so disappointed in the New York Giants. And I know, Eric Morgan, I know you a Giants fan. I know we got some Giant fans here. But the Giants suck. Mike Miller, I can't say they ain't going nowhere. They going to the playoff. The Cowboys going to the playoff. But the Giants suck. Can't no Giant fan say anything to a Cowboy fan right now. Bishop Mike Cohen Sr., he says the Cowboys are Super Bowl bound. I don't know what he preached yesterday. He must have preached miracles from on high, because the Cowboys are not, forget about winning the Super Bowl, they ain't going to the Super Bowl. So Shame on all these Cowboy fans, Giant fans. Giant fans can't say nothing. There's a couple in my church. The wife is a Giant fan. The husband is a Cowboy fan. She can't say nothing for the rest of the season. She can't say nothing. Because the Giants are playing like a high school football team. Giants playing like the boys and girls Kangaroos. The Giants suck. Saquon Barkley, I thought he was going to do something this year. He sucks. Daniel Jones, that boy that looked like Eli Manning, he sucks. He can't even get on the field. So Giants, and I'm good on the Giants, but I really like the Jets. And the Jets kicked some butt yesterday. I like the Jets going forward more than I like the Giants. At least we got a quarterback we can depend on. Zach Wilson was balling yesterday. And let me go back and deal with Cam Newton, because a lot of y'all were saying Cam Newton was coming back and he was going to be this and be that. Cam Newton got benched yesterday for Sam Darnold. Cam Newton is over for him. Cam Newton needs to retire. That day is over. Cam Newton is done. Cam Newton, all that wearing thongs on the football field, and you know, Cam Newton like to walk around. He wear his cleats with no socks. Look. All your fellas out there wearing shoes, church shoes with no socks, you better stop that. You're going to develop some kind of calluses in the bottom of your feet. You better wear some socks. All that shouting and fast shouting, you ain't got no socks on. Then you want somebody to rub your stinking feet. Your feet stink, you ain't got no socks on. All that sweat going in them shoes like that. Socks are worn to separate the bottom of your shoe from your feet. And Cam Newton likes going around here wearing those shoes with his cleats and wearing thongs on the football field. Shame on you, Cam. And the Carolina Panthers got tired of him and they benched him for that Sam Darnold boy. And now Zach Wilson, I was a little upset because Sam Darnold started off good, but now Zach Wilson playing better than he is. Now, let me deal with the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. I must salute the Buffalo Bills. They are the best football team in New York. You can't debate it. Josh Allen, a real quarterback. We just don't count Buffalo as a real New York team. Because when you talk about New York, nobody mentions Buffalo. Buffalo, if for those of you that live out of the state and don't really live in New York and you see Buffalo, you got to know this. Buffalo is 7 hours from New York City, 6 or 7 hours. It's way up there. Buffalo might as well be Canada. Buffalo just about Canada. So I don't consider Buffalo a New York team, but they are in the state of New York. And they right now are playing better than the Jets. They're playing better than the Giants. And they beat New England yesterday. And anybody that beats New England, I'm a friend of theirs. Because I can't stand, if you live in New York, you can't stand nothing about Boston. You don't like New England clam chowder. You don't like the Patriots. You don't like the Celtics. You don't like the Red Sox. You don't like the Boston Bruins. You don't like nothing about Boston. Nothing about New England. All right. So shout out to the Jets. They doing all right. You know, it's been rough, but the real team in New York are the Buffalo Bills. I got to talk some NBA. Listen, my Knicks, I am prophesying this right now. My Knicks are turning it around. Right now. It's turning in their favor. That Christmas Day game, we got revenge on them Atlanta Hawks. We got revenge on them. And Kemba Walker, I want to say this to you, Kemba. I'm sorry. I said that they should have benched you and left you on the bench because you don't play defense. Kemba Walker, I am sorry. Thank you for coming back and balling out the way you've been balling. Kemba Walker had 44 points the other night, y'all. Kemba Walker had a triple-double on Christmas Day. Only 7 people have done that in the history of NBA basketball, and Kemba Walker is one of them. And now that Kemba and Julius Randle have learned how to play together, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to stand on it. My Knicks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm going to say it. I'm standing on it. I don't care who we got to go through, but we're going to get to the, I'm not going to say, I don't know if we're going to go to the NBA Finals, but we're going to be at the top of the East. All y'all getting hyped over Brooklyn and all this stuff, all your folks hyped up over Brooklyn, I don't trust the Brooklyn Nets yet. Because Kevin Durant went and he got that COVID, And anybody, first thing, if your ankles are ashy like his and your hair got all them naps in it like that, and you get COVID, oh, you behind the 8 ball. You can't have COVID, nappy hair, and ashy ankles. And they say his fingernails are dirty. I don't trust nobody. Don't you trust nobody that got dirty fingernails? Kevin Durant got dirty fingernails. He don't comb his hair. He won't brush his hair. And if he don't comb his hair, brush his hair, his fingernails are dirty and his ankles are ashy, and he got COVID, he got a whole lot more going on that we don't know about. I don't trust nobody that got dirty fingernails. Don't be fixing people food neither. Your fingernails dirty. Loose hair. Get you a toothpick and clean that stuff out your nails. Hello. And then Kyrie supposed to come back, and everybody think when Kyrie come back it's gonna be all Gucci. We don't know that. Kyrie ain't played all year. And I support him coming back because as long as he tests negative, I think he should be able to play. As long as he has a negative test. If he tests positive, he got to sit out. They got to test him every day. Maybe test him twice a day. But I'm going to tell you what didn't make sense. They said, Kyrie, since you're not vaccinated, you can practice with the team at the Barclays Center, but you can't play in the game at the Barclays Center since you're not vaccinated. That's so dumb. Like, is COVID that smart to know that Kyrie, it's that smart to know the difference between a practice and a game? Hello. The NBA said, well, the Brooklyn Nets said, Kyrie, you can practice with us at the Barclays Center, even though you're not vaccinated. But you can't play in the game at the Barclays Center because you're not vaccinated. Because let me tell you, Kyrie, COVID is smart enough to know that if you're not vaccinated and you're playing in the game, it can get you. But they can't get you in practice. That's stupid. And we follow the science. But I don't think it's the science that's making this stuff stupid. It's people. It's these executives that make stuff dumb and make stuff crazy. Whatever you're going to do, get vaccinated or not vaccinated, but it just got to make sense. It just got to make sense. And that don't make no sense to me. Either you're going to let them play or you're not going to let them play. And I heard that visiting players from another team, like if Chicago came to play the Brooklyn Nets and somebody from Chicago wasn't vaccinated, they are allowed to play at the Barclays Center. They are allowed to play in that game, even though they're not vaccinated, but they can play because that's not their hometown. That is crazy. This is stuff I'm reading from the NBA blog. It's the people, Bishop. It ain't the scientists that are messing stuff up. It's the people that are coming up See, the science gives you this, and then people come up, well, let's add this to it, and let's see about this. And we got to stop adding stuff and pulling stuff from the science, just doing stupid stuff. Well, I know Zach LaVine, he ain't vaccinated, so he can come in the Barclays and play because he live in Chicago. But Kyrie live in New York, so he can't come and play at the Barclays, but he can play at the practice. That makes sense to anybody? Either you're going to let the man, that's why they just need to just say, if you're vaccinated, you can play. If you're not vaccinated, you can play. Or, well, how about this? If you test negative, you can play. That's what the NFL is doing. If you test negative, you can play. If you test positive, you got to sit out 10 days. Because everything else folks doing, it kind of don't make no sense. I heard one pastor say, if you're not vaccinated, you can come to the funerals and you can come to the weddings, but you can't come to Sunday morning service. What? Yeah, because I'm gonna make my own science, because COVID knows the difference between a wedding. COVID don't come to weddings. COVID don't come to funerals, but COVID come to Sunday morning service. See, that stuff is stupid. You adding science to you are adding science to science. You adding foolishness to science. All right. So I know Kyrie is coming back, but when Kyrie come back, I still don't got the Brooklyn Nets winning the championship. I still don't got them winning the championship. Now I must apologize, because some folks said that I shouldn't have said what I said about Zion Williamson. They were offended because I said that Zion Williamson is overweight for basketball preferences, for basketball. I'm not talking about overweight just in your daily walk. I'm talking about for basketball. And some people were offended, and they said I owe him an apology. And Zion Williamson is now 350 pounds at 6'6". And I want to say this to those that were offended. I don't care. That man is getting paid millions of dollars to play basketball, and they down there feeding him on them hog mogs and all this mess down there in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Yes, I said it, Spartanburg, South Carolina. I love the South. I love Spartanburg. I got family down there. But you can't be in the NBA, and you supposed to be in tip-top shape, and you down there eating hog mogs, grits, fried pork chops, smothered biscuits, smothered chicken, smothered chitlins, and pig feet, everything smothered. And you expect to get on the court and play? The devil is a liar. He got to lose some of that weight. And if he don't, he going to stay on the injured list. Them knees can't take it. I'm not going to leave you alone. No, Samara. No, he's eating too much down there. He's down there eating too much. And then he got nerve enough to get drafted by the New Orleans Pelicans. And let me tell you about New Orleans. New Orleans will feed you too. You go to New Orleans, they're going to give you gumbo, and everything is in their gumbo. You liable to find a shoe in some New Orleans gumbo. New Orleans gumbo got chicken, crab legs, pork chops, rice, beans, sauce, gravy, and they got some other stuff called sauce. I don't even know what that's. Sauce. You ever heard of sauce? It ain't sauce, it's sauce. Sausage, potatoes, corn, and they gumbo. And Zion Wilson down there eating it all. He's down there eating it all up. And ain't nobody want to say nothing to him, because everybody want to be nice and all that stuff. Everybody want to get their pockets filled, so they ain't going to tell him, Zion, I'm going to tell you, you got to lose some weight. I hope you hear me. You got to lose some weight if you want to be on the basketball court. Down there in New Orleans eating fried alligator, fried this, fried that. First place I had a fried Oreo cookie was in New Orleans. And don't you know that Popeyes, I went to a Popeyes in New Orleans and they had sausages in their rice. They had Cajun rice with sausage in it. New Orleans got an all-you-can-eat KFC. They got that in Spartanburg too. Spartanburg got McDonald's in the Walmart. Yeah, they do. They got McDonald's and Subway in the Walmart. You can't expect that boy to lose no weight going down to Spartanburg, down at his mama house. So I know you're offended. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. South is a sausage meal. You see? A sausage meat. Whatever it is, it's too much. It's too much. And down south, they gave me something. I didn't know what it was. But you see, when you down south, you got to eat what they give you. You got to eat what they give you. They gave me something called liver pudding. You ever heard of liver pudding? It was brownish, black kind of thing, and they put it on top of grits. And I ate it too. But I can't eat that every day. You don't eat that every day, Zion. They just showed him on a commercial the other day. I said, look at this boy. And his knees and ankle, your joints can't take that. Black folk, listen. Y'all listen to me. I know it sounds funny, but we got to be careful what we eat every day. Some things you can, holidays or something. We can't eat like this every day. Zion Williamson's knees about to bust wide open. Them knees ain't meant to carry 350 pounds jumping up and down the court. That's why his feet bust out them shoes at Duke University. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about, I got one more thing, and before I get to that, I got to talk about the Lakers. All of your Laker fans, I want you to tag some. We got to get these Laker fans on here. Where these Laker fans at? Get these doggone Laker fans. We got to get these Laker fans. I got to talk to the Laker fans real quick right now. When the season started, back in like September, October, when the season was started, the Laker fans were saying, get Stephen White, get him on here. They were saying, oh, we got LeBron. Oh, we got Anthony Davis. Oh, we got Russell Westbrook. Oh, and we got Carmelo Anthony. Oh, and we got Trevor Ariza. Oh, and we got DeAndre Jordan. Oh, and we got Dwight Howard. Oh, we got Malik Monk. So you got all them players. Hall of Fame players. Oh, we got Rajon Rondo. And you know what? They blaming Russell Westbrook, because I told you Russell Westbrook and LeBron wasn't going to work together. They want to blame Russell Westbrook. That's who they want to blame. But I'm going to tell you this. You ought to blame LeBron James. Nobody want to do that. It was LeBron James that handpicked all of those players. LeBron James said, give me Russell Westbrook. Give me Malik Monk. Give me Carmelo. Get Dwight Howard back. We want to ring with him. Give me DeAndre Jordan. It was LeBron James that said, all of y'all come here so we can win a ring. Because he think this is Space Jam. This ain't Space Jam. This ain't no cartoon, LeBron. Get all the best talent you can get. No, this is real life. This is real life. LeBron James, this is not a cartoon. These are grown men, and you can't be out there on the court and you got all these folks. First of all, you got to realize LeBron ain't as young as we think he is. LeBron James almost my age. He been in the league 19 years. LeBron James is an old man. Carmelo is old. Dwight Howard is a old, and he got other stuff going on too. Dwight Howard, he one of them folks that don't wear no socks with his shoes too. Dwight Howard be walking around here with no socks on with his shoes. I saw a picture of Dwight Howard and Mr. Obnoxious. Yeah, I did. I ain't going to say nothing, but I'll post the picture later. But I did see it. I don't know what Dwight Howard's deal is. But I remember this. I remember Dwight Howard this year, a couple of months ago. Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis got into a fight on the bench. You see how quick? You see how quick we swept that under the rug? What's the backstory to that? We got the backstory to this. Marcus.
Listen. Stop. Now, Marcus.
We got the backstory to that. I'm still waiting on the backstory to that fight with Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis. For some reason, that got swept under the rug real fast. Somebody was touching somebody tomorrow. That thing started. It finished on the bench, but it started in the shower. You can tell a fight that started in the shower. That was a fight that started in the shower. So the Lakers, I don't think they're going to make the playoff. Right now, the Lakers record, they sit maybe 7th or 8th in the West. And I'm going to tell you how old LeBron's getting. Because LeBron James, we know chasing down and blocking folks and all of that stuff. We know all that stuff. But the other day, this young boy named Nicholas Claxton, he dunked on LeBron, something terrible. I ain't never seen LeBron get dunked on like that. The boy ain't but 15 years old and dunked on LeBron James like that. And he felt bad when he did it because, you know, they respect LeBron. They respect him. And he felt bad when he did it. So I want to tell y'all, the Lakers ain't going nowhere, no time soon. And they trying to trade Russell Westbrook. Nobody wants Russell Westbrook. Who wants him? Y'all can keep him. Y'all can keep Westbrook. And now LeBron is forced to just deal with the team that he built. And you can't say no, well, maybe next year. Ain't no maybe next year for LeBron. LeBron will be 74 years old next year. All right? Now, the last thing I want to talk about is boxing. And I'm done. I've been on long enough. Let me put something down here. If you want to sow in, look, if you want to sow into Church Guys Like Sports, I want it to go right to our new ministry down here in South Jersey. Our new ministry is Life Impact Worship Center. So we got the Cash App down there. If anybody want to sow anything into that, it goes right to Life Impact. Jake Paul, he's a YouTuber. Let me take these shades off for this. Jake Paul, a YouTube guy. Has a lot of fun on YouTube. But the other day, he fought a guy named Tyron Woodley. And he good God, he knocked him out. This is the same guy, Jake Paul, that knocked out Nate Robinson. And now Jake Paul is kind of, I don't like it because I don't never like to see no white man just knocking out a black man. That just bothers me because you don't see it happen often. We don't want to give them no ideas. But I am calling for you, Jake Paul. Stop fighting these basketball players and wrestlers and fight this man.
But they sound like fucking one punch. They don't understand. Anybody that hears this understand the art of fighting. They know what I'm saying. He do two punches that sound like one.
I want you to fight Mike Tyson.
Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's just beautiful that you came to this place in your life.
I want you to fight him.
Do we really believe that we're going to see God after we die? And if he sees us, is he going to be all right then with what he saw in my lifetime? And I know that's some nigga bullshit sometimes.
Fight him.
See that? I see somebody when I'm 12 years old. I saw you fight Wilfredo Benitez. I was locked up. What was that in 79?
70.
Fight Mike Tyson.
17, not amateur, professional. So and he's probably 21 now fighting you, right?
This man wants to kill somebody.
So fucking much, nigga. I saw you fight Turan. It changed my life. I said, this is what I'm gonna be. This is look at me, nigga. Because of you, who are you? You might not think you're nobody, nigga. I love you. I've been jealous of you all my life, nigga.
Fight somebody that want to cry to kill somebody. Fight Mike Tyson, Jake Paul.
You're immoral to me. I mean, that ain't the sugar daddy. See, I shouldn't be on here with you because I'm in love with fighters. Because this is what fighters did to me. Look at my shit. This is what fighting did for me. This is my shit.
Fight him.
My show, nigga.
Yes, I am.
So when I see you, I love you. I almost
Fight Mike Tyson. Stop fighting these basketball players because Mike Tyson, I know he's 50-something years old, 55, 56, maybe 60, but he still got some fight in him.
I learned from the master. My master, because my mentor, he was throwing punches.
Fight that man.
Nations.
This man is crazy.
You could throw two punches that sound like one. He was throwing punches. You can hear them. They were two, but they sound like fucking one punch. They don't understand. Anybody that hears this understand art of fighting. They know what I'm saying. He do two punches that sound like one.
Fight him.
You know how magnificent your speed have to be.
Jake Paul, can you hear that?
That you don't even know that about fighting, do you? That didn't even come to your mind to make two punches sound like one. The ultimate knockout puncher.
The ultimate knockout punch.
One warrior of all warriors. From there,
You see? So that's what I want to say. I'm tired of Jake Paul getting all these accolades and knocking out all these black basketball players. I don't even want to fight Zion because it's different when you're a boxer. Boxing is different than just fighting. That's what Tyson Fury showed Deontay Wilder. A lot of people can fight, but they can't box. That's why Deontay Wilder, you ain't heard. Anybody seen him? Anybody heard from Deontay Wilder? So Mike Tyson still got some fight in him. He still got some boxing in him. And that's the fight that I want to see. Let's make that happen. I'll pay $100 in pay-per-view to see that. I'll pay for pay. How many of y'all would pay for pay-per-view to see Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight? I'll pay that. And you knock Mike Tyson out, you get my respect. All right, peace out, y'all. This has been another episode of Church Guys Like Sports. Thanks so much for tuning in. We back. We on limited time. We're going to try to do at least once a week. I'm going to try my best to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I'm going to at least do once a week. Shout out to my Knicks. We going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Peace out, everybody. Remember, you can love God and love sports. Going to church doesn't take the man out of you. Woman, you can love God and love sports. A woman that loves sports doesn't mean she's funny. That means she's smart and know how to keep her man right. Peace, y'all.